Hare Krishna. Welcome back, devotees, to the new verse of the 14th chapter of 5th canto श्रीमद् भागवतम. So, हमने लास्ट टाइम चर्चा किया था द पर्पट ऑफ 27th वर्स एंड दिस टाइम विल बी डिस्कसिंग ऑन द 28th वर्स द translation and purport both. So, without wasting any time, we will be jumping onto the verse. So, the verse says, क्वापि देव मायया स्त्रिया भुज लतोपगूढ़ प्रक्षन्न विवेक विज्ञानो यद विहार ग्रहारंभाकुल हृदयस तदाश्रा तदाश्राय वसक्त सुत दूतिर कलत्र भासितावलोक विचेष विचेष्टिता भरत हृदय आत्मानम अजितात्मा पारेंधे तमसी प्रहिनोति. So the translation by His Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So here what does Srila Shukdev Goswami say? Sometimes the conditioned soul is attracted by illusion personified why or his wife or girlfriend and becomes eager to embraced by a woman. So who is illusion personified? So here because at the past most of the sannyasis and devotees were only men, so for them it is said that illusion personified is his wife or his girlfriend. But anyone for anyone for opposite gender we say that the for woman a man is a illusion personified, and for a man it is woman who is a illusion personified. So and becomes eager to embraced by woman, thus he loses his intelligence as well as knowledge of his life's goal. What is the goal of life they forget due to what because of uh, interacting with illusion. At that time, no longer attempting spiritual cultivation, he becomes overly attached to his wife or girlfriend and tries to provide her with suitable apartment. No longer spiritual cultivation. Why? Because the person is so much engrossed in to please his wife, to please his children. इतना engrossed हो जाता है कि उसके पास भक्ति करने के लिए समय ही नहीं रहता. Again he becomes very busy under the shelter of that home, जो मैंने समझा अभी, and is captivated by the talks, glances, activities of his wife and children. Captivated, अरे मतलब so आप सबने मूवीज और सब देखा होगा, उसमें सब कुछ बहुत दिखाते हैं इन वेरी ग्लैमरस वे, बट इन रियलिटी इट इज़ वेरी शैलो. In this way, he loses his Krishna consciousness and throws himself in the dense darkness of material existence. Loses his Krishna consciousness and throws himself in the dense darkness of material existence. So, if the audience right now who is watching are if they are in Krishna consciousness, so they must understand that if they will live in some day unfortunate day Krishna consciousness, if they live, so they are throwing themselves in the dense darkness of material existence. So one must understand this. So in purport, what does Srila Prabhupada say? When the conditioned soul is embraced by the beloved wife, he forgets everything about Krishna consciousness. Oh, Srila is स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है. ही डज नॉट वो ऐसा बचा के नहीं रखते रहे इन सबको बुरा लग जाएगा. नो, ही स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड कि ही कंडीशंस फॉर हिज बिलोवेड इज एम्ब्रेस्ड बाय हिज बिलोवेड वाइफ, ही फॉरगेट्स एवरीथिंग अबाउट कृष्णा. The more he becomes attached to his wife, the more he becomes implicated in family life. Yes, we the main thing is that attachment is the main thing, because we can see there are many stalwart grihastha devotees also. If even if they are grihasthas, they are very much Krishna consciousness, like Amrendra Prabhu and everyone. But the thing is that Shilpa is talking about the attachment of wife. Attachment होना चाहिए, attachment जो नहीं होना चाहिए, sorry, and attachment to children. Yes, one Bengali poet, Bankim Chandra, says that to the eyes of the lover, the beloved is always very beautiful, even though ugly. अगर भले ही for a my mentor was saying in the past that for a cockroach, the female cockroach is also क्या माल है उसके लिए भी. So yes, in the eyes of lover, the beloved is always beautiful, even though ugly. दूसरे के आँख में वो भले ही क्यों बदसूरत क्यों ना हो. The attraction is called Deva Maya. The attraction between man and woman is cause of the bondage for both. That's why there must be no attraction or attachment, or even if someone is entering Grihastha life, they must understand that they must not have any kind of attachment or attraction, but keeping Krishna in the center, they must serve both. They both must serve Krishna. Actually, both belong to the para prakriti, the superior energy of the Lord, but both are actually prakriti, female. Yes, uh, even if a purusha consider them himself that I am purusha, I am enjoyer, and prakriti, but here in reality, prakriti also consider so called prakriti, because Sherpa says that both are prakriti. Even the purusha, so called purusha in purusha body, or prakriti in female body, but no one consider themselves as a servant of anyone. They consider themselves as the enjoyer. That is the thing, that is the root cause of their lamentation, or we can say depression. Actually, both are para prakriti, the superior energy of the Lord, but both are actually prakriti, female, both, because the soul's nature is to be prakriti, to be the servant of Lord, but the soul is given a body, like I am spirit soul, and I have been given this purusha body, and there are many spirit souls, and they are given many different kind of bodies according to their past previous activities. However, because both want to enjoy one another, they are sometimes described as purusha. they are बंदे दोनों, both. तीन भाषा में बोल दिया मैंने. Both are described as purusha. Why? Because they both want to enjoy. Not that prakriti, so-called prakriti, the female wants to serve and the male wants to enjoy. Both wants to enjoy. So both are sometimes described as purusha. Actually, neither is Purusha, but both can be superficially described as Purusha. As soon as man and woman are united, they become attached to home, hearth, land, friendship, and money. Yes, in this way, they are both entrapped in material existence. The word Bhujalata Upagudha means being embraced by beautiful arms which are compared to creepers. Haribol describes the way the conditioned soul is bound within this material world. The products of sex life, sons and daughters, certainly follow. This is the way of material existence. So we must understand this, that इवन एक तो एक व्यक्ति को चाहिए ही नहीं that he enters this गृहस्था life, because a person must become a brahmachari for much very beautiful progress in Krishna consciousness. But even if someone has already entered the grihastha life, or already he has determined that he has to enter grihastha life, so the because Srila is mainly pointing on the point of attachment or attraction, superficial attachment or attraction without Krishna towards your wife and children. That is the main cause of bondage. So that must be not there, but it is also very much बहुत ही कठिन है कि you are interacting with a woman and children, and still being totally detached, 100% detached and attached to Krishna is very very much बोल सकते हैं कि ऑलमोस्ट इम्पॉसिबल इन दिस current age. So my recommendation and all of the devotees recommendation is that only, that a person must remain aloof from this material bondage of sex life and everything. So that was it for the today's verse. We'll be taking the 29th verse in the next video. Hare Krishna. Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki jai.